Hey guys, it's Sean here. It's good to see you again. It's been a while since I've been posting lapidary videos. About 2 years since the last part 3 of Lapidary 101, which was cabbing and how to shape your cabochon. And so what we were doing then was wrapping our fingers in alligator tape, holding our preform in our hands, and going up and grinding on the wheels with your hands. And that is a great technique, and it works for a lot of people still. I started doing a lot more production of stones, a lot more volume, and that technique started to really fatigue me, and my hands just, I use them for a lot of things, and that became too, it became too exhausting for my body. So I needed a different technique, and I know I kind of swore it off in the last video, but I did try out dopping, and I really like it. I think if you give it a try, you'll like it too. And basically what that is taking a round dowel rod, heating up a pot of wax as well as your stone, and using that wax to adhere the stick to the stone, and then holding that while you shape. And so it's a slightly different technique with the cabbing, and the next video I make, I will go into that. But right now, I'm just going to show you how to efficiently put the wax on the stick and on your stone, and do it so it's not going to just fall off. Like when I first started, I don't think I was doing it quite right, and my stone kept popping off when I was grinding it, and that's really frustrating. So I almost quit on it. I almost gave it up. But if you do it effectively, it'll stay on. It should stay on through the whole process, and then you just put it in the freezer when you're done, and the wax hardens, and you can pop it off. And you might have to, I use some special tools to like scrape off the excess wax, but it's minimal in comparison to the fatigue that I was feeling from cabbing with my hands. So check it out. I'm going to show you the tools and the supplies that I use for dopping, and then the next video I make, I will go into the technique that I use for cabbing. But check out these tools to properly dop your preform and get to cabbing. Okay, so this is my dop kit. Basically a hot wax pot that the outside and the inside heats up. You put lapidary wax in there and let it melt, and put your stones on the outside. I use these dowel rods. I have 3 different sizes that I use. I'll use as big as I can, but for some really small cabs I have to use much thinner ones, obviously. But basically get the extra hard green wax, or whatever the premium kind is. It's only a couple bucks more, but I definitely would recommend that. And basically once this all melts inside and your stone has been sitting on here, you can kind of feel it, and you should be able to feel that it's hot. And once that is hot, and once your wax is all melted, well, that doesn't look great, but once it's all melted, you're just going to stir up a pretty good chunk of melted wax. And let's see, I'll do this guy. It's a little big for the smaller stick, but this is a cool dino bone piece I've been wanting to cab. This is an end cut of it. So just take a good glob of it, and I flatten the ends of my dowel rods with my rawhide mallet, just so that way they're as flat as can be on the top, on both sides, so you have more surface area to hit the stone. And then when I put it on, I don't just let it sit there and kind of puddle around it, but I'll push it in and then twist it around. I feel like that there's probably like air bubbles or something in there, that this seems to, at least I've noticed, a stronger hold doing this. And I'll kind of pat it down and then keep twisting until it's kind of hard. I mean, you're still going to be able to bend it around. But once it's starting to solidify, and you want to try to have it as centered as you can on the back of your stone. This one's kind of a weird shaped one, but in general, you want it to be centered, and you want your stone to be flat. So like I said, this is an end cut, but it has a flat bottom part. And as it's hardening, there's plenty of time to move it around and make sure it's straight. And then what I usually do is just set it on the ground. I mean, ideally it would be, a flat, well, it's an end cut too. Ideally it would be a flat you know, totally flat piece. This is Hell's Canyon petrified sequoia wood. This one is kind of tough though because it has all these pocket or these pock rot holes or whatever they're called, which are agate filled little druzy pockets, but the wax can get stuck in those. So I tend to cut some stones by hand still, like this one. But if I can, I'll dop it. And this hardens pretty quick. And you just want to make sure that it's on there straight. And then let it sit for a while. And it'll harden up. You can see I have a lot of these other ones already dopped. This is Rocky Butte petrified, or not petrified, Rocky Butte picture jasper from the Owahis. I love scenic stones, so this will make a cool scenic stone. I like stuff with orbs. This is Bruno jasper from Idaho. So a lot of materials. I'll eventually do some more videos doing like start to finish, which is with the preform, and showing you how different materials look when they're cabbed up, and if there's special tips that you can do. This is Ohio flint. But anyway, that's about it for dopping. I think just the twisting and like just twisting and patting it down as you go around really seems to help. It helped me at least when I was having issues with my stones breaking off of the dop stick a lot. So I hope this helps. And then the next video I do will be actually how to shape your cab on a dop stick. And that is a slightly different technique than my part 3, how to make a cabochon video, where I'm using my hands. So check that out once I get that made, and I hope this really helps. It has saved my hands a lot of wear and tear over the last couple years, so if you're having that same issue, maybe give this a try, and just practice a little bit and you'll get it in no time. So thanks for watching, guys, and have a great day. See you next time.